Hey, I'm Ed from Eva Under Fire. I'm the bass player, and we're going to be going over our rig today. So here we've got the bass guitar that I play. This is a Sandberg 48. It's a California series, German company, and I spent, I don't know, maybe 8 months during COVID quarantine going through basses, checking out reverb, getting used ones, swapping stuff around, and this is the one I came up with. This is what I want to tour with. This is what I want to play. It feels great in my hand. They make the rosewood fretboards. Actually, there's a lot of maple ones out there, but the rosewood's the one that I like a lot. And one of the key components here that I like is that this is a Thunderbird style bass, which I love, but this is actually like a P-bass style pickup, which is the sound I like. So I've got the controls here are a volume, which you can pull out for passive control, for passive electronics, or leave pushed in for active. That's just one 9-volt battery. And then you've got a pan between these two pickups. So this is kind of like a Music Man style, and this is a P-bass style. But I like the P-bass style all the way. And then you've got a treble boost and a bass boost, and I like it everything up to 11, you know. And I play with a pick too, because I really love the attack. And I use the Jim Dunlop Flex 1.0 millimeters. They call them the Flex Blues. The strings that I use on this bass are D'Addario NYXLs, and this one's in half step down, so we play, you know, the D sharps and then drop down to C sharps sometimes too. So I use I think it's their mediums, if I can remember correctly. I'm gonna be honest with you, I take my basses to a local guy near me, Sean May, excellent. He does a great job for me, and he kind of just puts them on there. So I know it's D'Addario NYXLs. It's got the great feel that I like. A little bit bright, but not too bright like the stainless, you know. But yeah, that does it for me for sure. One modification I did to these basses was I put on the Dunlop strap locks. There's a couple different strap lock brands out there. This is the one that's never failed for me, so I'm gonna use it, right? You're swinging stuff around, and day in, day out, you want the one that's just gonna work. Also during COVID times, I bought a couple different straps, wanted one that had the right length, the right size, the right style, and couch straps, which I believe are handmade in the US. They turned out to be the one that I was looking for. And you can see here I got my wireless setup. Is the Sennheiser G4 series. I believe these are the EW 500s. And it can be tricky when you're the first of 4 bands on a tour trying to get the right RF stuff out there, but you know, you do the scans and you go through it and you find out what's going to work for you. So luckily we scan last, so I can usually find at least 1 or 2 frequencies that'll work for me. One thing that I did change here was I bought a aftermarket Mogami cable that's a right angle, right? So the right angle just kind of sits nice and tight up there, and when I got my bass low, it's not like, you know, the regular straight edge isn't bumping against my leg there. So it's a real nice feature that I had to have. All these things kind of add up over time, but when you're doing this 5 days a week, it's just those extra conveniences are everything. So I gotta move some wires out of the way here so you can see this guy, but this is the amp that I am playing now. I really like the sound. I kind of went back and forth between some different Ampeg stuff, dark glass pedals. I even had a Noble preamp. Those are awesome, amazing, you know, kind of B15 style sound. But this is the one that kind of did it for me as far as what we're doing in this band. It's a Ashdown Engineering ABM 600. And this is the Evo 4 line, right? So you've got the cool meter. That's an Ashdown exclusive. This is monitors your input range, so you can see if it gets into the red, you're gonna be pushing the gain a little bit much, right? So you got to find a sweet spot there. I like to have this Valve Drive Plus, just a little extra dirt. I like to have that setting on. I play with the pick, creates a lot of attack. I also use a lot of compression. It kind of evens it out a little bit, so I can get the front of the note in line with the snare and the kick, but it'll keep that that sound throughout the life of the note too. Little bit of a mid scoop, not a lot. I turn the treble down a little bit here. And then the other thing I like about this amp is it's got a built-in sub-harmonics feature, so you get a little sub bass too. Our engineer likes as few channels as we can have, so running 2 bass channels is kind of a lot when we already got two guitar players. But with something like this sub-harmonic feature here allows him to get a little bit more range in the one channel that I get. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the amp. Real happy with it. This is actually a custom version that I had to order from the website because the standard version just comes in like a head box and you can't rack it, and I wanted something in a rack. We're the first band on a lot of these tours. We got to get out on and off the stage real quick, shorter set times. We want to spend that time playing songs and not setting up our gear, right? So wanted something I could get into a rack, and they have a newer version of this with 2 UV meters, but it's 3 rack spaces, and rack space just you don't want to have like this huge rack that nobody can move and you're going to break your back, so you want to try and limit the spaces you're using. And so I was very happy that I could find this 2-space rack. Thanks for checking out our gear today. We've got a website, evaunderfire.com. We're on all the socials. Eva Under Fire on Facebook, Eva Under Fire on Instagram. I've got a personal Instagram, Edward Under Fire. Not too difficult to remember. Let's see how this gear sounds live. Come out to a show.